Ervey. She's my favorite. I know. Come on up, Edie. We're pals. You're all my favorites. Edie Ervey was born in the Netherlands. I don't know if you guys knew that. She's a longtime member of Racing Fingers. She started knitting at age 5, and by the age of 10 had knitted her own sweaters and socks at 10. She began quilting in the 80s and is mostly self-taught. Until about 12 years ago, all her quilts were hand-quilted. She's a traditional quilter who loves scrap quilts, reproduction fabrics, but bed quilts are her favorite. And one thing is our HOA has a clubhouse, so I started a little quilting bee. And if any of you want to come, I'll sneak you in. But we started the Dear Jane quilt, and there's 6 of us doing it. So if any of you want to do it, give me a call.
It's fun.
Right, Edie? It's fun.
It's all paper based. Oh. If somebody's, this lady Susan was doing me.
Well, as you know, my glasses, I had cataract surgery here, so I look a little weird. No glass here, but glass there.
I wouldn't know.
But anyway, I was born in the Netherlands, and I wanted to let you know when I started first grade, if your mother hadn't taught you how to knit, the teacher would, which in lower grades. Through 6th grade, I learned how to knit, hand sew, crochet. You would knit a long piece of knitting of purl and knit, and then you cut a hole in it so you can learn how to fix your socks, mend your socks, and all those things. Yeah, that was all done between 1st grade and 6th grade. So that was really something. Now I did learn how to sew on a hand crank machine. It was my great grandmother's, and I still have it, which is wonderful, and it works. And then I really didn't do too much sewing until after marriage, when you had to repair your husband's work pants because we were farmers. And then we started having children, and I made all of those things. I did a lot of knitting, and I brought a sweater to let you know that I really do knit.
Tell a story about Tom's sweater.
The what?
Tom's sweater.
Oh yeah, my husband wanted a fisherman knit sweater, so I made it. And he said, oh, I really wanted a zipper. So I took it all down, did 2 sides, put the zipper in, wore it once, and said it's too hot to wear. So it's in the cedar chest. So, and when I made a lot of sweaters, and when my daughters were in their teens, they said, no more sweaters, Mom, we had plenty. So I went to the grocery store, and the fabric stores were next door, and they had a quilt hanging, and I thought, oh, maybe I can do that to fill my time. So that's how I got started. Now I'm going to have you do this quilt. Now, this is a stack and wrap quilt, and probably some of you have done that. But what was the interesting part of it is that I had difficulty finding the background, because the original fabric has to be 14 inches apart, repeat, and then the background, I kept going back to the same one. Light on one selvage, dark on the other. So then I put it in, and then it was just going to be something, a project. Well, I kind of liked it. And people asked me, how did you decide where to put the dark and the light? I said, I throw it in the hat, and I pick it up, and I sew. I think about it. So then I liked it so much, I decided, how should I quilt it? And I do hand quilt. So I thought, well, it's a fish fabric. Fish will swim in circles. So I hand quilted it in circles. And now it's one of my favorite. I wouldn't give it away.
But somebody could steal it.
Watch that one.
You don't want to. I'll help you.
The next,
I knew it.
the next one is yes, I always wanted to make an Amish quilt. And I saw this hanging, which Pat will know, in Lancaster, or in Intercourse, Pennsylvania, in the gallery. and I love the quilting design, so I made that. And it's really, and of course the solid fabrics were much cheaper, so it turned out quite well. Yeah, hand quilted.
It's very Amish.
It looks like the Amish made it.
Yeah, well, I made it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Purchased in, no.
So the next one is fabric for this quilt is from the border fabric from Ginny Byers. And she did not have it the width of the fabric, she had it the length of the fabric. So somebody was giving a little class, we had the patterns were from Ginny Byers. And then we made one block in 1 week. And I'm pretty sure I hand pieced it because these are very small pieces. And then the bottom one, this one has 125 pieces in it. And you got 1 week to put it together. So it was 9 blocks, and then they said you do with it whatever you want, and then I put it in the quilt. And the only purchase I did make was the border fabric, and everything else I had in my stash at home. You like it?
The blocks came out as a hexagon. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is my big one, and I went to a quilt show near Philadelphia, and I saw the fabric, and it turns out to be, it's Dutch fabric, and it's reproduction from an antique quilt. Now, they gave me a little write-up on the sizes of the blocks, and because in Holland the national color is orange, I made all the doors orange. And they all came from my little stash, and then I went and bought the border fabric. So that was my thing. This one is not hand quilted. I finally sent one out. I love the fabric. It caught my eye, and you know how it is, something catches you and it said, come over, buy one. So that's what happened to that one. Yeah, and, okay.
Which door opens?
They're all open.
But I love the fabric. Now, the last one, I was in a store in Pennsylvania, and my friend Mary Lou and I decided we never had made a basket quilt. So we bought the pattern from Joe Morton, and we both bought the sashing fabric. That was it. The rest of it came from our stash. Now, when we got the center done, we got together and said, let's look at yours. Well, she made hers different. She put the handles to the center, where I did it to the outside. And her sashing, I have it running, it's like I have it running this way, and she had it running that way. And it really made so much difference when you looked at both of them, compared it. And then I did something on the border, like, if you're familiar with Kim Deal, she likes to do the center and then does the applique. So I like her stuff, so I thought, let me try that for the borders.
Beautiful.
And it's mostly Joe Morton's fabric. I mixed Joe Morton and Judy Rothman fabric.
And do you use her techniques for your appliques, back facing?
No. I've tried it. I'm trying to work on it, but it's, if you're not used to that, then it's, yeah. Yes. And this is hand quilted too.
What type of applique did you do?
Well, I have a pattern, and I